Hi Cancer, welcome to your What Do I Need to Do reading for June 14th through 13th. I need to plug the charger in. I don't want it to die, so I need to halfway through or whenever, and that might affect the sound quality. Just there might be like a slight hum in the background or something, just so you know. Anyway, hi, welcome to your What Do I Need to Do reading. Everything you need to know about this reading is in the description box below, as well as the link for the recommended reader shout out, which goes to Tarot Spirit. Much love and support to her, and hopefully you can check her out and show her some love and support if you like what she has to say. All right, so this is for Cancerian. What do you need to do? What does Cancerian need to do? Ooh, look at you. Brand new beginning set free. There you go. Okay. Alright, so we've got an ending, a change over time, leading to a transformation. Is this about you accepting closure? Because this could be about adjusting to a new normal, deciding what you want to do, making decisions about how to move forward with something, where to put your energies. This could be focusing primarily on work and securities and building your career right now, because both cards are about security and career. But in terms of, I don't know, this doesn't, yeah, because look, this is about making decisions after there's been an ending. Perhaps this is you ending it. Could be Libra. Maybe this is about you taking decisive action, or making the decision to finally close out this chapter, and because we've got a new beginning here. It feels like you might be coming to terms with an ending. Move this over here. Making decisions. Okay. All right. Whoa, Tower. Okay. Tower, 7 of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, Hierophant, 2 of Wands, Chariot. There's you. All right. This is about you making decisions for your fresh new start now. Honestly, like this is a new beginning here, and this is about that forward movement behind that new beginning and investing in that and making plans for that and being decisive about that. What's this Tower about? Yeah, that's okay. This is about you. This is about closure. This is about realizing that whatever has happened is, albeit unexpected, maybe there was an explosive fight, but whatever, but there's been an ending that is irreparable and irreversible. We've got 3 cards of destruction and non-negotiable ending. This is a process that you've been working on, or that it's like sometimes it's really slow, right? You need to pull over by the side of the road and cry. Sometimes this could be Scorpio. This could be Scorpio. This could be Taurus, by the way. This could be Capricorn, Cancerian. Okay, so where we got the process of change and transformation, and every step of this process, it's like you gain experience and wisdom, and you come out the other side transformed. But the point is, you can't negotiate that. Even if you get back together, even if there's a reconciliation, this is about not being able to fully trust or feel the same again, because what's done is done. You can't change it, and you can't not know what you know. The door has become part of the wall. So even though you might go back for emotional attachment reasons or whatnot, you'll never be able to have that same connection. In this case anyway, because we've got the Tower here. This is something being leveled to the ground. And not being able to be raised again. This is about hearts being broken and healing differently, so that you can't go back to where you once were. And I say that because we got 3 of them here. I'm not repeating myself repeatedly, because no, this is something done. Something is done. All right, what's this Tower about? We got the 7 of Cups, and we got the Death card. This is about progress being made, transitions, deciding on things for the future, because what has been done cannot be undone. And this is about you. It could be it could be a Capricorn, but this is about you and you've transitioned. There's been something so long after this relationship has been over. This is about you, I think, finally accepting it. Because you've been probably on your own for a while, and this is about you finally starting to make the turn and the shift from mourning, grieving, and sadness to start being decisive and taking decisive action and doing what needs to be done and taking care of business. We got you here and here. What's this Tower about? There again, Brand new beginning. Whatever happened has set you free. But I feel like this is like emotional too. I feel like the ending might have been a while ago, but this is you coming to terms with it. This is you finally start, because sometimes cancers have a hard time like letting go of things immediately. It has to be a process, and that's not just with cancers. I mean, that can be with everybody, but particularly because there's an emotional attachment, that sentimental attachment as well. And a lot of times the past informs, it doesn't affect, I mean, well, I shouldn't say affect, but it doesn't have to become the future, but there's wisdom in it for Cancerians, and sometimes they mistakenly, bring it into the future, but it also informs them because they relate to things emotionally. So getting over something, transitioning out of something is much more of a process for Cancerians than it would be for, say, like Aries or a fire sign. It's rather immediate and decisive, and they're able to, all right, well, on to the next one, All right, there's spiel. Anyway, what's this? Okay, so we got progress being made towards this accepting the ending. Even though you've been set free and you're off on your own new beginning, emotionally it's been a different story. So we got progress with that. We got, the dust starting to settle, starting to figure out, make those choices, what you want to do. All right, what's this Queen of Pentacles about? That's you. I mean, I know Queen of Pentacles is not Cancerian, but that's your state of mind right now. Like, I want to be by myself because look at this, you got the Fool twice, and this is about you starting to turn that corner and realize, hey, I got a whole world in front of me. I got all this potential. What do I want to do? And here you start gaining momentum. We got the Chariot. So what's this Queen of Pentacles about? Yep, self-care, investing in yourself, and not settling, being happy and content and by yourself, and being okay. This could be male or female. Not settling until you find somebody that is going to be that person that is worthy of you. It's about self-worth, about being with someone that you can thrive with, that you have that emotional connection with, and not settling for less. Because whatever you had here, this was not it. You were in a situation where you weren't really getting your needs met in the past. And this right here could have been realizing that and being like, you know what, I'm going to take focus off of relationship and shift to myself, investing in myself, figuring out my new normal, being done with the shenanigans, and doing what I need to do to close out this chapter in my life. I get it now. I have 3 examples right in front of me. I get it that this cannot be undone. Whatever I'm grieving or whatever I'm still kind of looking over shoulder at, hoping, transmutes into this or that, I finally am starting to realize it's not going to happen. And I'm shifting attention back to myself, self-care, investing in myself. And look at this forward momentum. We've got the Fool and we've got the Chariot. That is all about boldly going into your new future that you get to create. And that's what this is. I'm talking away. Here it is. You have been set free to have this brand new beginning that you get to create and be happy. And that's not saying like, yeah, sisters doing it for yourself. No, it's not that. It's about being like, well, that sucked, but I'm going to turn the focus to me, and lo and behold, look, everything's leveling out and starting to work. This is someone who can take care of themselves and enjoys doing so, and life is good and happy, and things are thriving, and things are like relationships are thriving with family and friends. The stable things thrive with this Queen. So it's not about this volatility anymore, what you came from. So this right here, it doesn't have to be solo. This is about you being fulfilled and happy, because the focus is on yourself and your security and those that you love around you. And it's not like, this isn't saying that's what you need to do. Like, you need to focus on, no, this is a natural progression. This is where you're at already. This is happening. Your focus has shifted away from the relationships in general, romantic relationships, because this is whatever you're coming off of, you've rounded the corner. You're not missing it anymore. You're not in pain anymore. Quite content. Look at this and look at this. Quite content. Forward movement. Look at that. Taking off like a rocket. Literally flying towards the sun. I mean, this is that. I gotta be better about names. This is the person that takes that chariot and around, that drags the sun. That's what it is. That Greek mythology, is it, or Roman mythology? There's a character that this is the chariot that drives the sun around the world in the sky, according to the mythology. So, yeah. This is the emperor that heralds that. Commanding the wind, marshaling forces, aggression, will, force of will. Look at this, bringing opposites into balance. They don't have to like each other, but they've got somebody here that they're working for that has enough control that they trust the person, they can let down their guard and work with each other for this person's direction. So this is somebody that's definitely in command of their future trajectory, put it that way. This is my cups. There's that transition from being despondent and sad to that shift to being decisive. All right, it's ended. I get it. I'm going to be logical about it. I'm finally going to start to accept it now. Making lots of progress. The focus has now shifted from that to self-care, reinvesting in yourself, being happy and realizing you can take care of yourself. And you've got, this is also somebody that has enough money to do so. And they don't mind having to work hard for it because the focus is not so much on the relationship now, but on self-care and wanting to provide those comforts and that stability for yourself, male or female. And this is that turn, that shift that takes place from being sad and despondent to just being happy. The weight is lifted now. You're rounding the corner. It's the process, if not complete, is almost over. We got the Fool twice and we got Death twice. Brand new beginning. What is Hierophant about? Yeah, have faith. Hierophant about. Have faith. Look at that. The Chariot. So we got the Fool twice. We got Death twice. We got the Chariot twice. Have faith. Things are going to work out. I don't feel like you're sad though. So this is, and part of this right here too is also reinvesting in your spiritual side of your life, like having faith. So we got self-care here as far as providing stability for yourself, doing for yourself, that sort of thing. But we also have, build back up your spiritual side. Have faith. Get this house in order as well. You've just been through a horrible ordeal as far as finally coming to terms with a very shocking ending or a very painful one. And you rounded the corner, and now it's about building yourself back up, and brighter days are ahead. Restoring your house, spiritual house, emotional house, everything. It's just okay, I'm going to plug in. I just noticed, I'm going to plug in a charger. I hope it doesn't really mess up with the sound. I apologize if it does. If I can even find the thingy. I just don't want it to die. What's this Two of Wands about? I think this is about trusting yourself too, because you're really set to kind of take off. I mean, look at this. We got the Empress, we got the Chariot twice, and we got the Fool twice. This is you getting set to kind of propel ahead, like things really working out, victory, right? New beginning. It could be that you might be doubting that. Like you might not have faith in your endeavors or what you want to accomplish, where you want to go. Like all of a sudden this weight's been lifted and oh man, there's so much I get to do or that I want to do, but there might be some doubt, or could be saying too that you're going to really connect spiritually in light of rounding this corner now and having, this is also about transformation. That could be a component. You have a new sort of spiritual ascension or development that's connected to after you've been through the dark night, that there's much more of a connection to the divine, and your intuition is stronger because of what you've gone through. Because you didn't short circuit or you didn't shortcut the pain or the process. You didn't run from it. And it looks like it was brutal. I mean, this Two of Wands about. So this is so your focus has shifted. We got the Two of Pentacles up here, and we got the Wands right here. You are figuring out your new normal. You're now like, all right, what do I want to do? What do I want to create? What do I want to do? And this is making this is taking decisive action. This is making decisions, being organized, there's no longer, we got the Queen of Swords twice here, by the way. Wow, that's holy cow. So we got the Chariot twice, Death twice, Fool twice, Queen of Swords twice. Oh, goodness. This is about being free from it emotionally, and now you're able to make the decisions that need to be made. You're taking a leadership position. This could be online connection, but I don't see anybody else here. Honestly, I don't think this is about you and somebody else. I think this is you clearing out the past, and you're finally in a position to where you're not plagued by the emotional overlay. And because this Queen doesn't, male or female, doesn't make decisions based on emotions. This is someone that is very quick thinking, or just is very organized, and that is free from any kind of emotional overlay and can make decisive decisions based on intellect, authority, logic, having conviction, or knowing what the right thing to do is, what makes sense. And that whole emotional attachment that Cancers have, sometimes it gets in the way of being able to be decisive or clear thinking and making decisions that make sense instead of, with your heart. And there's nothing wrong with that. It just, sometimes it makes the process of closing things out longer. What's this Chariot about? This Chariot about Cancer. What's this back in there? What are you doing? Okay, so this jumped. So remember when I told you right here, this is about the spiritual side being developed also, or you having a newfound connection because of the process you went through. This jumped right here when I was asking Chariot. So that's also kind of doubling down on that, the fact that this could be a very strong spiritual connection afterwards. Like you feel really grounded and connected intuitively. What else for the Chariot? So the Fool and the Chariot, that's about incredible potential. Like you get basically the door is wide open. What do you want to do? Because it's wide open. You've got the drive and the will and this is victory, so that's there too. Like you've got the the good omen here, and then this is a clean slate. What's this Chariot about? This could be Pisces or Cancerian. This right here is saying that forward movement, change, and healing, all of that comes with accepting that you don't know what you don't know. Accepting the unknown, understanding that there's going to be an unknown and coming to terms with it. Oh, I thought I heard my cat coming in. So this is things being illuminated, questions being answered, but there's also, it feels like this is about not needing those questions answered. This is about understanding that there's some things that you're never going to fully understand. And this could be why the process took so long, was because there was this kind of overthinking and being stuck on all the things that you didn't know, on feeling deceived, on feeling like, but wait, if only this, like that bargaining we do. And then the bargaining and the questions just led to more questions and more uncertainty, but it kept you connected to this situation that was clearly over, but you were still having trouble letting go of. So forward movement comes from accepting that there's not going to be, basically accepting the unknown and being okay with that. It's always going to be like stopping looking for answers, like no more looking for answers, no more trying to figure out if you were deceived or if there was delusion, or maybe deluding yourself by staying connected and wanting to keep renegotiating that. It comes from not doing that anymore, accepting that that might be what it is. So in order for you to get traction and movement and move beyond this, it's going to be you letting go of needing to know, of needing to research, of needing to figure out why this and bargain, and that time is over. There's a definitive ending. And I think you're finally in a position to let go of the unknown, to not have to figure it out, to not try and want all the answers, so that you can be right instead of just be happy, Sometimes, but I want to know why. That could be to just shoot holes in somebody's argument. Because sometimes why doesn't matter anymore. It is what it is. It's happened. You can't undo it, can't negotiate it. And sometimes there's solace in going, oh, okay, so it wasn't me. But that's fleeting, because if you keep going back and bargaining and renegotiating, it just keeps you stuck. But anyway, okay, all right, so this is movement beyond the confusion. This is moving through it instead of being stuck and trying to figure it out and machinate. This is moving beyond that. Finally accepting the closure and the ending. And not just that, but that there's no going back. Okay, what else? Closure. All right, what else for Cancerian? What else for Cancerian? Oh, jeez. Hello. Confirmation card for Cancerian, please. Seven of Cups, right? Good Lord. It's just been, repeats across the board. Please know that while it might still seem like, oh, there's more questions, this is like this light, so this is lessened, it's this, but this also is about progress being made. That's why there's I say dusty, but that's why there's all these things up in the air, because progress has been made, you're moving through it, and now your options are opening up, and you're able to make decisions. Why? Because you're at a brand new beginning. You got all these options in front of you. Progress has been made. Instead of things being dormant and confusing, now it's like, oh, I got all these, I can't see options here, but now I got them all in front of me. What do I want to do? What do I want to pick first? Because you can do whatever you want. You're clean slate. All right. What else for Cancerian? Whoopsie. What else for Cancerian? Snapshot, please. Cancerian snap. So this could be being free from a relationship that was kind of dragging you down, tying you down, that sort of thing. We got the anchor and we got the ring here. This could be as far as your jobs prospects, because that was kind of heavy over here as far as you reinvesting in yourself. And one of those is security for the future. This could be your attention shifts to stability and longevity. And this is all about this could be contract and career as well. These are about offers of stability and security. could be romantic. We got the ring here, but it could also be offers of stability with a job, because the anchor can represent job also. It could be that you were in a relationship that was just weighing you down. It ran its course, and this issue regarding the relationship, regarding this engagement, committed connection, marriage, whatever it was, it was really heavy and weighing you down because you were still very much processing it, even though it was over. So consider that. We got the 9 of Swords here and the Ace of Wands. So that is all about, finally, we got the 9 swords, 10 of swords. Processing the ending and being done with it. And Ace of Wands is all about that new beginning. Recognizing the 9 of Swords as the pattern as far as things. It's like you're on your last leg of processing it, because there's a reason why that kind of worry, that level of anxiety doesn't just happen over one thing. And I'm not talking about a medically predisposed way or to react to things, like there's a mental health issue or things like that. But as far as in terms of just the 9 of Swords energy, as far as being like insomnia, worry, the nightmare card, all of that happens because of repeated patterns over time. Like it didn't just get to that level overnight. This is repeated behavior that has led to that level of anxiety as far as how the card is translated. So when we talk about 9 of Swords, that's being like on the last stretch of figuring out what is going on, seeing through the anxiety for what it is, like as an opportunity for change, or finally understanding it and coming to terms with it so you can finally get some sleep, basically. It's almost over. It's at a 9. 10 is the definitive. So yeah. So once you work through that, it's like I said, progress has been made. You're almost there. You're accepting it. That's that new beginning right afterwards. So it could be that that's what the process was. That's what you were going through, because we've got you ready to go. So you're talking away, babbling. What else for Cancerian? What else for Cancerian? I don't think that's stress about your new beginning. I think you're like plowing ahead towards it. I think there's a lot of excitement for it, or that you're looking forward to it, because it's finally an end to how heavy that was. I'm surprised the devil didn't show up, honestly, because there's this heaviness to this, whatever it was, because it took a while for you to get through it. What's this? That's for Cancerian. All right, so we've got the Emperor reversed and let's think that way. The Emperor reversed and the 6 of Swords reversed. So it probably felt like things were not stable or trustworthy, or you were feeling out of control, like you really needed to establish control. And it was because you weren't able to transition through what you had been going through. You weren't able to move on and get some semblance of it. This is kind of like that feeling out of control and feeling like you can't move on, that you're not transitioning, that if you are, it's only in name only. Like, yeah, we're broken up, but I'm still completely living in the past and still attached to all that. And now you are not. Just saying. So as far as what you need to know, you've seen your way through it. What you need to do is, it's like you're on the last leg, that 9 of Swords. This is about recognizing that ending, and you are free and clear. And if I must say, I mean, if I can, I really like this right here, because this is accepting the unknown, accepting what you can't fix, accepting what you don't know how to do or make right, and moving on. And that's really hard to do, honestly. Like that's not easy, because the natural inclination is to get in there and solve it and fix it and be right and to have the last say, and then you can put it, but then you still don't, because you still aren't. So this is about just accepting that it's never going to be, and moving on from that. That's huge. Okay. All right. I thank you for stopping by. I hope it was helpful. I can't believe all the doubles that showed up, honestly. This has been quite a process for you. So kudos to you for seeing it through and not shortcutting the grief and trying to just, nope, this is you ready to take off because of all the hard work you've done emotionally clearing out. Good luck to you. I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care.